In the heart of the sunburned savanna, beneath skies stretched wide and golden, there lived a young lion named Leor. Leor had a roar that shook the trees. He was born to be king, they said. His mane shimmered like fire, and when he opened his mouth, thunder bowed to listen. The zebras paused mid-gallop. The monkeys stopped their chatter. Even the wind held its breath. Leor loved his roar. It made him feel powerful, safe, seen. But one morning, everything changed. He woke with the sun, stretched his mighty paws, lifted his chin, and nothing, not a rumble, not a growl, not even a whisper. Leor had lost his roar. Chapter 1. The Whispering Trees. Panicked, Leor ran through the grasslands. He asked the eagle, high on the wind. He asked the elephant, old as the earth. He asked the wise tortoise by the watering hole. But none knew how to bring a roar back once it was gone. It'll return when it's ready, said the tortoise. But I need it now, said Leor. How will anyone listen to me? The tortoise smiled. Maybe they'll listen in a new way. Leor didn't want a new way. He wanted his old roar. Chapter 2. The Quiet Days. Days passed. The animals noticed. The lion has gone soft, whispered the hyenas. He's broken, said the jackals. Even the smallest meerkat dared to laugh in his direction. Leor tried to pretend he didn't care. He walked tall. He looked brave, but inside he felt small. The silence wasn't just outside him. It had grown inside, too. Chapter 3. The Little One. One evening, as the sun dripped red over the horizon, Leor heard crying from the edge of the plain. A lion cub, no older than a few moons, was tangled in thorn bushes, too deep into escape. "Help!" the cub squeaked. "Please." Leor leapt forward, his paws silent on the dust. He wanted to roar, to scare the thorns, to show strength, but he had no roar left. So instead, he lowered his head, stepped carefully, and used his teeth and claws to untangle the cub, gently, patiently, quietly. Not a sound, only care. When the last thorn fell away, the cub looked up. "You're the lion who used a roar." Leor nodded. "But you didn't need it." Leor blinked. The cub smiled. "You helped me anyway." That was enough. Chapter 4. The Circle of Ears. Word spread, not of Leor's silence, but of his kindness. The elephant remembered how Leor had waited patiently beside her old mother until her final breath. The birds recalled how he lay still in the grass during storms so the chicks could hide beneath his mane. The meerkats shared how he once shared his meal with a mother too tired to hunt. And suddenly, the silence didn't sound like weakness. It sounded like something else. Wisdom, compassion, presence. Animals gathered, not for roars, but for stories, for calm, for courage that didn't need to shout. Leor still couldn't roar, but he was never alone. Final chapter. The Echo of the Heart. One night, as the stars blinked awake above Savannah, the youngest cubs asked Leor to tell them a story. He opened his mouth, and still no sound came. So he sat. He looked each one in the eye. He tapped a rhythm in the dust with his paw. He used his body like a poem, his eyes like a flame. And the cubs? They understood every word. And as they drifted asleep beside him, one of them whispered, "Your roar didn't leave. It just changed." Leor looked at the sky. He didn't need the old roar anymore, because his strength wasn't in the sound. It was in the silence that held others close. It was in the heart that refused to turn away. It was in the love he gave when no one was watching. Moral of the story: we're often told to be loud to matter, to shout to be heard, to roar to be seen. But sometimes the quietest souls carry the deepest strength. You don't need noise to be powerful. You don't need applause to be valuable. The world might forget your roar, but it will never forget your heart.